Hey everybody, Reflexive Moon here. I'm hoping that you all can hear me. We're outside on location underneath a busy bridge, and there's also a skateboard park, so hopefully the acoustics are in my favor. I will try to speak as loud as possible. And yeah, excited. Today the moon, right now where I'm at, I believe the moon is in Taurus. We're entering into the first quarter, I think, if I'm correct. One second, just double check here. I'm pretty sure it is the first quarter, yeah, because we just had a full moon, so that makes absolute sense. Check out the Moonly app, that's what I use. And then there's this other one that shows the actual state that the moon is in. It's cool. Yeah, so the moon is in Taurus. And yeah, so that speaks to self-care, relaxation, basically devoting some much needed time to yourself if that is what you need. So thank you for watching. Let's do some self-care together today. I'm going to be using my New World Tarot, a favorite, Next World Tarot, sorry. And then we're going to draw an oracle card from the Garden of Lucid Daydreams. And one thing that I love about this deck is that you get a PDF version of the guidebook. So you're not, it's like, a space saver as well as a paper saver. And it's convenient. You can just, download a PDF on your phone and, check it out that way. So it works. And we'll draw a card. I think I'm going to do a few reads today. I want to start making some more videos. So between here and when I get back home, I'll hopefully have a love and career spread, depending on which one presents itself first. So we got number 25, and if I'm correct, it's not the greatest card. It's not actually the greatest. It's not the happiest of cards. So 25 is the demon. Yeah, it looks pretty demonic. And it means some bad luck. Hard times might be approaching, maybe some unpleasant news and an omen or misfortune. The possible onset of disease. So we can clarify that a little bit. I'd like to. I'm not really a fan of being Debbie Downer and the bearer of bad news. We can always turn that frown upside down. I'm thinking, since the moon is in Taurus, that's speaking to perhaps you need to take some proactive measures in terms of dealing with your health and wealth. Maybe eating a little bit better, or being a little bit more active, or just getting some more sunshine. I know it can be challenging if you have social anxiety or something to get out of the house, get out the door, and get that much needed vitamin D. And here we go. This is the prettiest card. So number 23, and it sounds like that basically answered the question. So that's daydreaming. Okay. So being absorbed in pleasant thought, meditation, reflection, imagination, wishful thinking, visualization, and distraction. So visualization stands out for me, as well as meditation. And it sounds like, some meditation is in order, whether that be some movement in meditation or maybe just some guided meditations. There's plenty of those. You just gotta Google guided meditations. I love those, some of those ones that put you to sleep, that have the ocean sound. Those are really nice. adjust here a little bit. Sitting on the grass ground compared to sitting on the concrete ground. It's two totally different stories. Okay, so we have the Hermit Reversed. I don't think this deck does reversals, but we'll talk about it both ways. The Hermit is ruled by the Earth sign Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury, who is the messenger. And it's in reverse. So usually the Hermit is about doing that much needed meditation that we just talked about. But when it's reversed, it's more of like being too much of a recluse. It talks about social isolation. Like, too much of it is not a good thing. And that can lead to health problems. Loneliness and not taking care of yourself socially, it is definitely unhealthy. And social isolation is an indicator of being a health risk, for sure. So that's our main concern, social isolation. And it's been difficult getting out of this pandemic. There's a lot of people that weren't able to get vaccinated because of social isolation. They can't, social anxiety. And the way that systems are set up, it's not in anybody's favor. Like, there's so many elderly people who are most impacted by COVID, and folks who have mental health issues who don't have access because they need those types of accommodations, like somebody to deliver their vaccination at home. And I know of not too many, but some programs that were doing that, but there really was unfortunately not a lot of that out there. Then we have the Seven of Swords, and the sevens usually indicate the need to end or complete a cycle. And I don't know, it came up reversed. I find that sometimes when a sword card is reversed, it is a little bit more positive than it would be when it is upright, because the Suit of Swords deals with internal conflict. So it could be that you are on the road, right, to ending this cycle. It also could mean that you're looking up, but I think that it's important not to be overconfident, to think that you have it so good if you don't actually have it that great. Like, we're talking about social isolation, and addictions are so heavily linked to that. This could actually be daydreaming too much and just being lost in your thoughts versus actually being in tune with reality. All right, so above the situation, we have another sword. And this is the Two of Swords. It also came up reversed. And the Two of Swords reversed, so this person is blinded, but they have the tools that they need to battle. So they can't see where the fight is lying, but they have what they need in order to take on this fight. And reversed, I would say that means that there's some type of lack of protection. So maybe it could be that you need to take care of yourself in terms of setting some better boundaries and protecting yourself in that way. Maybe it looks like you're not setting proper boundaries, but in actuality, you have what it is that you need to be protected, You got some crystals in your pocket, or you're taking your sea salt baths, right? So that is always a possibility. But I think that it's important in terms of the cards that have come up so far to really hone in on setting boundaries and protecting yourself. All right, Justice. Hey. So that is your subconscious. And justice is just that. You know, you're doing yourself justice. You're paying attention to the acts of self-care. Like, you're doing that continuous work of maintaining balance and paying attention and acknowledging. I feel like so much like acknowledgement is such a huge component of justice, because, you know, like in situations that are involving like victims and offenders and you know, hopefully that are restorative in nature, like acknowledging both aspects, like the good and the bad, and then, you know, the part that in the middle, or like the new thing that happens. Because when you're dealing with conflict, and especially internal conflict, it's like the death card, right? Like you go through that rebirthing process, and you're not the same. You come out new and different. And it's important to acknowledge, you know, acknowledge what you've been through and honor that. Do yourself justice in that way. So looking at where you have recently come from, I guess past, for lack of a better word. You're getting too many flippers there. It's like a chunk. We have the Knight of Wands, Fire Starter, and this wanted to come out in reverse. So maybe you needed you know, the Knight of Wands in reverse is maybe a little bit fallen and needs somebody to rekindle that fire underneath their butt, because this Knight is the kind of Knight that puts the fire under your butt. So there could be somebody in your life who put that fire out, who was not helping you actualize, or who was not interested in supporting you in any type of way, or shedding light on you actualizing your goals in any type of way, supporting your creative energy or endeavors. Almost like this Knight in reverse would almost want to rob you of that. It's toxic. So you were dealing with somebody who's toxic, and yeah. Let's see what we have to look forward to, immediate future-wise. So immediate future-wise, we have so we have suspension, which is the Hanged one. And it also showed up in reverse. Today's like the day of reversals for some reason. We're doing things a little bit backwards today. So suspension is about having like the gift of an opportunity to see things differently. And it's possible that you're not taking up that opportunity. You're not seeing things differently, and you could be about to repeat a new cycle. Which, you know, is what it is. You know, hopefully you'll go through this repeated cycle again and learn what it is that you are meant to learn or see differently. So that's your immediate future. And it can be like, because, you know, the Hanged one is or suspension, I should say, is ruled by Pisces. So it deals with the realm of emotions and water. And it could be that you're not seeing that somebody is manipulating you, or that you have your own role to play in, you know, the realm of the gray area of abusive relationships and narcissistic tendencies. So So I hope that that you are able to see what it is that you need to alter. And then we have the Three of Swords. This is your attitude. So this has something to do with, well, this has everything to do with, I should say, heartache, being stabbed in the back, being stabbed in the heart, all of those things. Being, what's the word I'm looking for? Just being hurt, being betrayed. Like, it's a huge betrayal, the Three of Swords. And that's your attitude about your concern. So your concern being like social isolation and if betrayal has something to do with that, you know, it, like, you're just possibly in a place where, you know, you need to change that attitude, that life will go on and not every single situation that you're in is going to be a situation of betrayal. And it's possible that, and probable that you may get betrayed again in your life to some degree, but, you know, we learn from our mistakes, especially when we do that work of gaining new perspective, doing that justice to ourselves, right? And being stuck in the role of the victim is not progressive. And it's a sticky situation to get out of. It often involves time and a lot of reflection, reflexive practice, right? All those things that foster our growth holistically. So hopefully, you know, you're able to find some support and direction in terms of the way that you need to see things differently now. The wind is starting to pick up. I'm just gonna hold down these cards here. Okay. So the Chariot Reversed. I got this card. The Chariot Reversed was in our last spread, I believe. Not in the same position. I think we have the Chariot Reversed as hopes and fears. So we have the Chariot Reversed now in the outside influences. So this could mean that someone is holding you back from forward movement. This could also mean that people are seeing you as being held back from forward movement, but that's their point of view. This is ruled by Cancer and the Moon, so this is also a card of cycles. It's also a card of what's the word I'm looking for? Not deception. Like, the moon, you know, has its ways. It has its dark side that you don't see, and then it has the front that we always see, right? So it could be your dark side of the moon is weighing on you. This business of being the victim. You know, it's this is procrastination. I can relate to that. I'm like really good at that. So procrastination is uncomfortable, but sometimes retreat is an important part of moving towards healing. Okay, so hopes and fears. We have the Six of Cups and final, that would have been, okay, so the Ten of Swords. That's our hopes and fears. Ten of Swords is ruin, basically. It is the completion of the cycle of swords. You were ruined by an event, an external event that caused a great deal of inner conflict, and it ruined you. But it's done. That's the great thing about the 10. The Ten of Swords is like the best one because it means that the shit is done. So we're going to move on and hopefully not repeat the cycle through gaining some new perspective. And that is a great hope to have. And then we have the Six of Cups and reunion. And the Six of Cups, it wanted to come out reversed, but I somehow managed to flip it over, not paying attention. So what I love about the Six of Cups is that it is like, it's kind of like that puppy love card. You know, it's puppy love. It's like cousin love, sibling love. It's like there's a sweetness to it. And I love that about this card. And I'm so happy that this is our, you know, the final outcome that is coming through. It's not like, it just speaks to, you know, killing whatever demon is, or not killing, but just like silencing whatever demon has been killing that joy, right? So thank goodness this spread is, you know, bringing to our attention the need to rekindle that spark of joy through changing our perspective on ourselves and not allowing ourselves to be a victim, no longer being a victim. And I'm going to wrap it up at that. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you all. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm also on Insta, and you can catch me doing lives on Twitch mostly every first quarter, last quarter, new moon and full moon. New moon is iffy because my energy is always drained on that time. But yeah, you can catch me usually around 11 or midnight Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. All right, take it easy. Thank you, folks. Bye.